to do a quick review for people who might be interested in this wirsh machine. It's a pretty darn good machine. It does almost everything that it says it will do flawlessly. I did check the water temperature with, of course, a residual piece of equipment I had back from the design days. Does a good job. The water was absolutely spot on. The wand works very well, I think. It articulates, but doesn't, which doesn't work well for one little thing. I used to have a habit. I'd like to send what I call the spittle to the drip tray, because it'll be just water, just hot water, and it won't hurt anything. It will evaporate. But this doesn't articulate quite that far, and I don't do milk drinks anyway. But if I just drink espresso, and to operate, obviously you just turn the valve from coffee machine to steam and push, of course, the steam button. Okay, if you can operate a Keurig machine, you know, it's basically you push a button, you select the cup size, and you push it, and you push go. Well, this works exactly the same way. We have a wake up button, and it will blink like that as the thermal block, which also delivers precise temperatures exactly in the time frame that they advertise it should do, and does a wonderful job. You just simply, once it stops blinking, you select the one or the two, depending on how you've set your portafilter up. And to get it to steam, you would just, of course, be prepared to turn the knob to steam, the valve, and just operate it on the steam button. It operates at a higher temperature. It has a second thermostat in the unit for that. Works beautifully as it's supposed to. It only does one thing I don't like, which I'll get to in a minute. The tray is very simple. It does come off. Okay, we'll have that. And it comes out from under the unit, if I'm not mistaken. That's when, right, so you can clean it easily. It's a very nice feature. The one thing, see, now we're up to temperature. The one thing it doesn't do, which is a fatal flaw for me, is it won't make a true espresso, because the volume of water is correct, but there is no way to get a proper dose of powder in this machine. These portafilter baskets, if you want to call them that, simply are too small. You cannot get enough powder in there. You can only get about 16 grams of powder, but it's going to give a proper about 80 grams worth of water on this setting for this one, and 40 for this one, and I cannot get the proper ratio of powder to water, and I can't adjust the water delivery, because it's very much like the Cup machine. The Keurig is very much like that. It's timed, it's dosed, the electronics takes care of it, and when the electronics takes care of that, you have no control. The only issue you have are the baskets, and you cannot get enough coffee in there. Now, it makes a very nice espresso-like coffee. The taste is fine. It's just weak. It's just weak. It's not strong enough. It does come, of course, with this little tamper, and I have this other product that I ordered at the same time. I will be returning it. These are very, very nice. I do think they're a little bit small, and it's complicated by the over-delivery of water, because we can't get enough water retention in the puck itself that's made, simply because they're too small. This is a 51 millimeter unit, which would be fine. I knew it was a 51 millimeter unit. I just didn't know it wouldn't hold 20 grams of coffee. This is just the actual portafilter itself is all metal except for the little diffuser in the bottom, and that's not a big deal. But with the baskets that come with it, they fit nice and tight. The unit is a little bit light, so you will have to take two hands. You'll just have to hold the coffee unit down while you pull the portafilter. It seals very fine. It does not leak. It's clean. It's fast. It produces at the right temperature. It is easy to operate. You would have to really have some issues with basic activities of daily living not to be able to use this. The one thing it won't do, for which I'm going to have to return the unit, is simply will not make a proper espresso, because I cannot get the ratio of grounds, or powder if you will, to water. And I cannot control the water, and I cannot put more in there than will fit. And only about 16 grams of coffee will fit, and if you need a 20 or 21 gram coffee shot, it's just too small for that. It comes out just a little bit weak. If you like a lot of milk and foam and caramel flavorings and things, it will be beautiful for you, especially at the price point which I was able to pick this up. There's no complaints as far as that goes. Beautiful machine, does exactly what it says. I just cannot get a proper dose of coffee in a basket that small, and there's no way to get around it. So with that, I highly recommend it, but that's as good as I can go.